Dun dun.
Ooh.
That's supposed to be like the Law and Order sound.
Yeah.
So pretend that. Okay.
All right.
Dun 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 dun. Welcome to Law and Order Munch Squad, podcast within a podcast profiling the latest and greatest in brand eating as it relates to the legal profession. We've already explained finance, and now we're going to get into some legal battles here on the Munch Squad. This is a brief Munch Squad, and I just
a legal brief.
This is a brief Munch Squad, and I just wanted to talk about it. Have you guys heard about Subway's tuna?
Huh?
that it's a delicious creamy treat on a nice hot day.
Yeah, what a troubling question.
Okay. I want to say that I am not lending any credence to this story. I'm not detracting any credence for this story. I'm reporting this story as a journalist.
Yeah.
Who is not a journalist, but an entertainer is what I meant to say. This is for entertainment only. So there is a Washington Post story about a new lawsuit in California. And there's a lawsuit against Subway. Subway has tuna, and Subway's menu says that the tuna is flake tuna blended with creamy mayo, then topped with your choice of crisp, fresh veggies.
Sure.
Okay. So according to this Washington Post report, the ingredient billed as, quote, tuna
oh, no.
for the chain's sandwiches and wraps contains absolutely no tuna. In fact, according to the lawsuit, it is, quote, made from anything but tuna.
Now, hold
on.
Based on an independent lab test that revealed the so-called tuna is instead a mixture of various concoctions that do not constitute tuna, yet have been blended together by defendants to imitate the appearance of tuna. An attorney for the plaintiffs, however, declined to specify what it is.
That's
not important.
Only what it is not. Which, again, is tuna. Thank you to Grub Street, by the way. I'm reading the Grub Street report because Washington Post had a paywall on this important journalism.
This is, I would argue, quite important journalism. If there are people out there thinking, I could go for a tuna sandwich from Subway today, this is maybe the most important journalism that has ever existed for those people. It can't be anything but tuna.
Yeah, no. There must be a line drawn somewhere.
I mean, we're all made out of stardust, aren't we? So technically, there's a little bit of tuna everywhere.
In all of us?
There's
Every
tuna.
breath you take, there's like a little bit of tuna.
Like a Julius Caesar's tuna club that he had.
A Julius Caesar tuna burp. At least one
is
molecule
a little bit
of that.
in there.
That's beautiful.
It's got tuna flavor, right? So it's got to have some sort of...
Well, Griffin, everything but tuna would imply that if there is flavor there, it is artificial tuna at best.
But that's still tuna.
Is
you know
it?
what I mean? If it tastes... People have been eating this for a very long time now and in great quantities. And the fact that nobody's ever taken a bite out of it and been like, this isn't fucking tuna, makes me think that there's probably some tuna in there. Or if not, is a close enough sort of simulation of tuna that was no skin off my nose, baby.
There's also, though, I like that there's this possible history in which somebody like handed somebody this at Subway HQ and they said, what is it? And they're like, well, take a bite of it and you tell me. And he took a bite and was like, well, this is tuna. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you before in case you didn't think it was tuna.
Wait,
now,
but
are you
why wouldn't you
curious?
tell me it's tuna? It's tuna, right? Well, do you think it's tuna? Yes.
That's all that matters,
Okay.
baby.
Great. No, but do tell me, is it tuna? Well, what do you think?
Tuna.
No, I think it's tuna, but is it? Well,
The important thing is, what do you think?
the important thing is you think it's tuna.
Tuna is in the mouth of the eater.
Hey, Doug, you're fired. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I get that, but do still sell this, though, okay? Not because I made a deal with a dark god to make sure as many people consumed their flesh as possible. What's that, Doug? Don't worry about it.
Nothing.
Are you guys want to know what Subway says?
Yeah.
There is simply no truth to the allegations in the complaint that was filed in California.
Subway delivers 100% cooked tuna to his restaurants.
Well, there you go.
Which is mixed with mayonnaise and used in freshly made sandwiches, wraps, and salads that are served to and enjoyed by our guests. The taste and quality of our tuna make it one of Subway's most popular products, and these baseless accusations threaten to damage our franchisees, small business owners who work tirelessly to uphold the high standards that Subway sets for all of its products, including its tuna. Given the facts, the lawsuit constitutes a reckless and improper attack on Subway's brand and goodwill.
Yeah.
Subway will vigorously defend itself against these and any other baseless efforts to mischaracterize and tarnish the high-quality products that Subway and its franchisees provide to their customers in California and around the world. Subway intends to fight these claims through all available avenues if they are not immediately dismissed. Now, okay, if I may.
Uh-huh.
That is a very long and forceful rebuttal of the charges, correct?
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that. I was stirred. My soul was stirred.
Right.
We all feel very confident about that. It's a really long way of saying, no, it's tuna, though, right? I mean, if it's just tuna, it seems like my statement as Subway would be, no, it's tuna. Just check. It's definitely tuna. But it's like, so full-throated, I don't know who they need to sway to convince that it's definitely tuna.
Now, to be fair,
Just
though,
have
Justin,
one piece of printed out paper and someone's holding it and they're a scientist and the scientist
tuna.
says the facts are in, and as you can read in this printout, it says here, it's tuna.
But imagine if you're Subway Justin and you have had to
Subway Justin.
Subway Justin.
One of my great characters.
And you have more than once had to respond, no, it's tuna. And think about how on like the 5th time you've had to say that out loud, you might just break and write like a 5-page long statement, right? Like, it's fucking tuna. What's going on?
It is tuna cannot be overstated. This is tuna, baby.
On a scale from 0 to tuna, it's tuna.
Now, it's so wild, though, because there's one of two options. One, it ain't tuna, which is wild, right? Or somebody was eating it and they're like, this ain't tuna. I want to sue them. We're going to court. I'm doing a lab test. I'm going to invent a lab. I want to find a shady lab that'll say this isn't tuna.
So this is Bob's lab. Thank you so much for dropping this off. I did lose the sample, but I tested something else and it wasn't tuna. So
assuming this isn't settled, which, I mean, in my layman's brain here, looks like Subway ain't giving a fucking inch on this one.
No.
They're not going to write $100,000 check to these people that say it ain't tuna because it's tuna. This is going to go before a judge. And I feel like the judge is going to get a couple of days of the proceedings before he's like, okay, everybody, just level with me. Is this tuna? Is this tuna or not? We can be in and out of here, guys. Just tell me, is this tuna?
Hey, Mr.
Someone
Subway, take a bite of it if you're so sure it's tuna. No, thank you.
No, we can't eat. I'm allergic to tuna. I can't eat it.
Is it possible, because they point out in their response that there's all these like franchisees, these like independent business owners of the franchise, that maybe the lab just went to one specific one who maybe had run out of tuna and were waiting, and they were just like, ooh, we gotta just put some crab stick in there or something. We just gotta serve them something. And it was like, hey, what I'm saying, Subway, is throw someone under the bus.
Yeah. That's what they're going to do anyway. Time to, I guess, buy Subway stock. I need to call Jim.